Marvell launched a new DPU based on Octeon 10 and threw a little 5 nanometer action in there.
A little, Pat. I mean, come on. That is the news. I mean, the company basically invented the DPU. There might be some argument here. Wasn't necessarily the fastest to get the marketing nomenclature correctly, but in terms of doing it, Matt Murphy, another great part of our 6.5 Summit this year, CEO there, has turned this company around. We talked about that here. In fact, watch the session. We really talk about it there. But the DPU space, and essentially for those not totally familiar, it's about building silicon to offload certain work that the general purpose CPUs have been doing that isn't most efficient for them to do. So you're offloading things like networking and storage. And Marvell has been really leading in this space. So the Octeon 10, is basically all about accelerating, helping process the whole spectrum, security, networking, storage workloads. And really the company's focus here is 5G, cloud, carrier, and the data center, which are big booming businesses, and the ability to shift off, these workloads more efficiently. So Pat, as you said, 5 nanometer here, well, listen, this is huge. The goal of this next, of the Octeon 10 is 3 times performance, 50% lower power consumption, and it's taking advantage of the ARM Neoverse N2 5 nanometer process. And Pat, I believe it's the first DPU to do this. It's got, hardware acceleration. It's got integrated terabit switch, vector packet processing accelerators. So, I mean, this thing is essentially loaded to the gills with features and function. And as I see it, and I'll say it, Pat, the thing that gets me excited is Marvell continues to push the envelope here. They're pushing the envelope. They're challenging. I'll give Jensen Huang, another guest of our event, by the way. Everybody came to the summit, Pat. A lot of credit for nailing the architecture of the DPU, but I want to also give Marvell a lot of credit for actually building these products, getting them into market, and being side by side with these big silicon makers, these cloud providers, 5G, automotive, building what is necessary to make our CPUs more efficient, and just understanding exactly, another company that, by the way, understands exactly where they belong, is building out products and services to win there. And that's why I was so excited. I was so excited, in fact, Pat, that I actually gave Marvell a quote in their press release this week about the Octeon 10 launch, because, and I don't just give those away. I've got to be really excited, and I really think the company is nailing it in this DPU space.
Yeah, all good analysis, Daniel. And I guess the only thing I'll add is that just kind of to reinforce the architecture of the data center is disaggregating, right? There was a day that server storage, networking, and security was all kind of packed into one place. And in order to get the scale-up capabilities and to be able to more easily jockey between different types of applications requires disaggregation. And, we see it in storage, right? SAN, intelligent SAN, and NASes that have acceleration, like Aqua on AWS. The other part is networking, and you're 100% accurate that Marvell created the DPU as an appliance, and then I think AWS perfected it. But if you're not AWS and haven't spent 10 years and acquired a company like Annapurna to do increasing offloads, who are you going to turn to? You're going to turn to Marvell in the cloud. If the enterprise, not to be confused with NVIDIA, who's really going after the enterprise GPU market, but they continue to move forward. One of the things, like you said, that didn't get enough credit was this is using TSMC's 5 nanometer process, and also ARM's latest server chip, which you could run general purpose on that from a spec-int standpoint. Right now, at least on paper, haven't seen this yet, is higher spec-int than any chip from Intel or AMD. Now, this is not supposed to do general purpose computing. I understand that because it's a DPU, but way to put a massive compute engine on the edge, and I'm looking forward to, hey, beyond maybe security, DNS, or things like that. What else could they do here? Well, I mean, they did add their own unique machine learning engine, which is pretty cool. But anyways, great stuff. Great chip analysis here. Gotta be love chips.